Tonight, your Hurricane time to take on the Island Storm. Starting for the Storm tonight, we've got number 1, Chris Johnson. Number 6, Frank Session. Number 10, Andres Kramer. 13, Devon Maxwell. And 24, Marcus Bell. And the coach for the Island Storm is Steve Hendrick. Tonight's game officials are Dave Brown, Richard, and Kyle Wood. Riptide is Kathy Simon from the Lifeguard Physiotherapy.
It has been said that hard work beats talent doesn't work hard. We need to be no time, to embrace time, to place our faith in time is a luxury we cannot afford. Time is tender, persistent, and existence. The greatest secret of success. We believe we eat only what we grow. We don't work, we don't eat. We get our bones out the dirt. For hard work, there is no substitute. No magic beans to be planted, no axe to download. For our family, our only mission is to work hard, to work smart, to work together for each other. Because anything worth having is worth working for. Roger Williams.
watched that young girl there the other night, and she was good for her age.
Comes into our house and pushes us around.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Harbor Station. Stacy Atkinson, Hazen Merchant bringing you this broadcast here. Riptide hosts the visiting Island Storm, come in with a record of 3-3 in the conference, 4-3 overall. And 5-3 conference, 5-4 overall. Riptide 3-3 conference and 4-3 overall. So a bit of a rivalry here, Hazen. Not a huge one that usually bolsters as the season gets going, but definitely in the fight for playoff appearances and position for sure.
For sure, yeah.
And folks, if you couldn't catch the starting lineup, a bit muffled over our broadcast, starting lineup tonight for the Island Storm: Chris Johnson, 15.3 points a game. Franklin Session leads the team with 17.7. Andre Stringer, 18 points a game. I guess him and Frank Session both the same. Devon Maxwell, 16.7, and Marcus Bell, 7.7. And for the Riptide tonight, Malcolm Miller, 17.6 points a game and playing very well. He's in. Wow. J.D. Tisdale, 11 points a game. Horace Wormley, 13.6. Anthony Stover, 7 points, 9 rebounds per game, 5th in the league in rebounding. And Gabe Freeman leading the team and the league in scoring, 26.7 and 10.1 rebounds per game, which is number 2 in the league for him. He's not happy with that. He wants to be number 1 in both.
Oh yes, that's not surprising. He'll get there. And Riptide ball.
And J.D. Tisdale right off the start misses something Hazen he normally makes. And as normal, folks, this crowd on their feet until the Riptide make that first basket. So we're having trouble hearing us. Like I say in every broadcast, there's a row of cowbells behind us. A lot of screaming and hollering behind us.
Rebound number 1 for Gabe Freeman.
Start this game. So folks, if you're having trouble with the uniform colors tonight because you are red-green colorblind, bear with it because Hayes and I am colorblind, so once in a while I'm going to get a little mix-up here. And Freeman with his second rebound of the game. How one way to get the stats up. That rebound is stat up, Hazen. At Tisdale couldn't get the tough one to go. Acrobatic circus shot. And out of bounds off the Storm will be Riptide basketball. And Hazen sometimes 2 or 3 minutes into a game. It almost seems like every single game before they score. And quiet the crowd, the home crowd. You hate to see this crowd sit down and be quiet. You like to see them be up on their feet the entire game, but hopefully this Riptide team gives them something to cheer about at the end of the game and they're on their feet. And foul on the shot. That foul is on number 25, Gabe Freeman. Picks up his first. And Wormley looks for Freeman down low, draws a lot of attention.
Just off the mark there for Gabe Freeman. Oh, and Anthony Stover just couldn't get control of that ball. Goes out of bounds off Stover.
I tried both. I just moved that. All of a sudden I can start hearing myself.
Okay, folks, a little technical difficulty there with the headsets and the microphones, but we're back on track here now. Quick 4-0 for this Island Storm. And Hayes, like we said, this crowd on their feet, sometimes 2 or 3 minutes into this game, into the game before this Riptide team scores. And that looks like an easy one down, and it is.
There it is.
Good, nice pass from Freeman, but a great cut from Miller.
You're right.
And unfortunately, that quiets the crowd, the home crowd.
Now they can hear us, Stacy. Devon Maxwell just off the mark there.
And Wormley attacks the rim, finds a wide open Freeman, and Freeman wide open cutter in Stover. Pretty hard not to find him. Hazen, he gives himself a good target. You know, he shows the hands about waist and chest level. Tells you what kind of pass he wants, whether he wants a bounce pass or a lob pass. And, give it to the big fella when he's cutting down the lane.
No, that's for sure.
Bill didn't make the second one, but a much nicer looking shot. That's how his free throw was looked. The arm extended follow through. That first one was what we call pull the string, Hazen. Your arm is still bent on your finished product, which means you don't have that feel. And Miller for 3. And here come the Storm. Gabe Freeman back, as is Stover. And off the mark, Stover. Rebound, and here comes Horace Wormley. Foul in the backcourt from Stringer.
Wow, that's 2 fouls on Andre Stringer. And coach asks him if he wants to come out. He nods him off and says, no, I'm okay.
Well, Hazen, that's trusting your player.
You're right.
Stringer coach obviously believes he's a very cerebral player, and he is not going to pick up that third foul. You don't want your starting point guard sitting on the bench for a majority of the first half, for sure.
No, that's right.
And Tisdale off the mark. And here come the Island Storm. They like to get out and run. Cutter wide. Gabe Freeman commits a foul. Second foul on Freeman. Thought he had all ball.
Hey guys, don't forget to use the hashtag all Riptide social media posts.
And Gabe asking the referee very politely, where did I hit him? And unfortunate. Picks the second up early. Has to take a seat, so just like that, the Island Storm get the league's leading scorer in second and rebounding out of the game. Tisdale turns it over at center court, and here come the Storm. You're going to find a break, and they do. Marcus Bell looked pretty easy, Hazen.
That's a good sign.
Good sign from Wormley. Talking to him before the game, and that percentage, not where he wanted it to be a couple weeks ago, but it's on the rise. He's had a couple good shooting games for that three-point line. And Marcus Bell way off the mark on that one.
And Marique Isom just a few seconds in this game got a couple rebounds already. As Brad States gets set to check in for the Island Storm.
Local boy Hazen from New Brunswick.
Yep.
Actually coached against him in high school when he played for Bathurst.
Really?
Yes. Tough. You think he's tough at the pro level? High school level, Hazen, he was pretty tough to stop.
He really had a breakout season last year. His first year here, he didn't get a whole lot of minutes, and then last year he just, really come alive.
Yeah, and crowd not happy with that. Looks like Wormley got his body in front of the basketball, drew the charge, but referee deemed him as still moving, I guess. Yeah, we touched on States last year also how he was he got over that hump, over that little hump,
Yep.
and he became a pro player, from an amateur player to the pro leagues, doing what he had to do.
I noticed it last year when I seen him slam dunk over Gabe Freeman. Two-hand slam, and I went, wow.
Yeah,
I remember that. I'm pretty sure that was like his breakout game, Stacey. He just come right alive after that.
Yeah. Well, definitely I don't know what his vertical is, Hazen, but I know it's somewhere around 40 inches. So.
Right.
And he's listed at 6'7". Maybe go a little taller than that. Has Redpath coming into the game for Wormley, and Freeman back in for Tisdale. And that might have been a little bit of Freeman on the bench saying, "Coach, trust me, get me back in that game." But like we said, with Stringer, a very cerebral player, Hazen, and coach must think so anyway. But we know Freeman he'll do what he has to do to stay in the game. Still play good defense. Oh, a great pass! Wow. Miller, with the steal, just stepped on the sideline. Looked like he had a wide open Redpath, but that will be Storm basketball with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
And folks, we're going to take a medium timeout. The Island Storm here got an early lead, 11 to the St. John Riptides 5.
Hello, everybody. I have found a giant group of kids that might like Happy Meals. I'm not too sure. Do you guys like Happy Meals? I think they may like them. Congratulations, guys. You just won a bunch of free Happy Meals. Pass them on over. How excited are you, by the way? Congratulations.
Optimal Bus, the official travel partner of the St. John Riptide. Visit our website for more information on all your charter needs. OptimalRide.com.
All right, folks, back action. 11-5. First quarter lead, Storm over the Riptide. If you're just joining us, I'm Stacey Atkinson. With me tonight in the broadcast, as usual, Hazen Merchant. Hazen, we get a battle of a couple conference teams here.
Yep.
Who over the years have been a rival, have been pretty nip and tuck.
You're right there.
As far as caliber and 5-3 record, conference record for this Island Storm team, 3-3 for the Riptide. And Riptide looking to even that conference record and this, in the next couple games, and get back on track, back on the winning track. I should say they won the last one, but won the first three, lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
All recipients of bad third quarters.
Yep.
Last last game did not have a bad third quarter. We often talk about that first 5 minutes of the second half, and had a great first 5 minutes. Actually had a great next 7 minutes in that third quarter, and went on to win that game by 20 points.
Huge win for the Riptide team.
And Freeman wide open, hammers that thing down.
They just made a lane for Gabe Freeman.
Oh, wow, the seas parted. Hey, look at the Island Storm coach going, what in the heck happened there? How do we not have a body on the league's leading scorer, right?
That's the Freeman Interstate.
Oh, Gabe, hand in the cookie jar, picks up his third foul. Coach says, I trust you. I'm going to get you in the game. Now, when you're in foul trouble, you don't want to put yourself in position to pick up another foul. And Hazen, are we looking at the board? Freeman with 2 fouls?
Yep. Yeah, it's only the second.
So what? Am I missing something here? He started off with the first foul of the game.
They went on to Stover.
They went on to Stover?
Yep.
Okay. And
Murray
Isom leading the league in three-point percentage, was at 61% from the three-point line.
He's definitely someone, Stacey, that can put you back into a game, a 10-point deficit pretty quick.
Wow, he can put you back in the game. He can help you run away with the game.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not just a three-point shooter. The kid can play some defense too. Long arms, but listen to that 6'9". I think he's all of about 6'10". And Highway Freeman again. Highway freeway.
that's the freeway highway.
And Gabe now with 4 points. The last 4 points. As Maxwell smartly taking it at Freeman, trying to pick up that third foul. And Redpath to the rim.
And gets it home.
Well,
coast to coast.
That's that restricted circle.
Yeah.
And we talked about so many times, the offensive player can take advantage of that.
Yep.
And you're in that circle, get into the body of the defender, get yourself to the free throw line.
And Tyler Scott comes in for Franklin Session. And Aaron
Redpath, the old-fashioned three-pointer. Averaging 5.3 points a game, Redpath is, but on the rise. More and more playing time every game.
Right.
We can see that average go up. I think probably around the 10-point mark come the end of the season. Hayes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's only got a few minutes in here in this game, and he's already at 3.
Yeah, we have football down low, reset to 14 on the shot clock.
Oh, and Aaron Redpath just off the mark there.
Yeah, 41% three-point shooter. So Coach not going to shun him away from shooting that three-point shot.
No, definitely not.
And off the mark, but nice rebound down low. And here come the Riptide. Isom showing he is just not a three-point shooter. He has some quickness, draws a foul before the shot. Will be baseline out of bounds. No, sideline out of bounds. Hazen, sorry. As Morty will inbounds to Redpath. Screen up top from Freeman. A little pick and pop. Redpath, not a wise choice there. Hand in the face. As Morty gets a hand on the ball. Referee calling him for a foul. That'd be his first, 2 at the line.
And Kenny Otieno checking in for Malcolm Miller. And Marcus Bell for the Island Storm.
Ed Johnson makes his first. I like this. I like this Chris Johnson, Hazen.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely.
A combination of power and quickness mix, and you mix in some good basketball skills with a little power and quickness at this level. It goes a long ways.
You're right. Yeah.
Nice looking shot. As Benny out to finds a wide open Isom.
Bang! Break Isom hits it. Second one of the game. And like I said, Stacey, put you right back in the game, you know, within 1 point.
It was 61% three-point shooter. That percentage just went up, obviously. Made it, 2 for 2 this game.
You know, as long as Marie can stay out of foul trouble
for 3 off the mark.
And there Redpath picks it up.
And hey, why not find the guy that just made a couple threes, right? Isom. Morty off the mark. Good defense from Brad States. Now we got an offensive foul. Kenny Otieno. Take one for the team or what? Down on the floor, Kenny is. You know, that's tough, and you get a player coming in there full speed.
Oh, yeah.
A big, strong move.
Big boy,
You
too.
step on it, you step in, you take one for the team. That's much appreciated by your coach and your teammates, as well as this crowd here, giving Kenny a good hand. And Redpath to the lane. Isom drives to the basket. Down in the shot clock. Down to 1 on that shot clock. It should be a shot clock violation. There's no possession. Referee just lets him play. Little discombobulation there on the Riptide Hazen. And good defense. Jump shot, contested jump shot, and box out, right? Aside turning them over, getting a steal. The best defense you can play.
Rick Isom looked for the no-look pass.
And on a play he should have just went up with.
Yes.
As Morty breaks up the break, gets a hand on the ball. That will be Storm basketball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Up 19-18, 51 seconds here to go in the first quarter.
JD Tisdale's checking back in for Jeremiah Morty.
And sails straight out of bounds. That will be Riptide basketball. And Tisdale attacking the rim. And gets himself to the free throw line. Goes down hard.
Oh, yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
Quickly holding that wrist, Hazen, so we hope that's not bad. And walking that one off, he seems to be all right. You know,
It looked like an awful. Looked like it hurt for sure. He's very athletic though, and shaking it off.
And Tisdale is 77% free throw shooter. Off the mark there.
Blame it on his wrist hurting a little bit still.
Well, okay, that was his left wrist, so he fell on.
Oh, it's just the way he's holding it then.
I said There's no excuses in basketball, Hazen.
No.
There's no good tries or anything like that. It's, you either do it or you don't.
Yeah.
As Miller checking into the game, maybe for nailing Tisdale there, where he's still favoring that wrist a bit. And good defense down that low block. And Dondo down to 1 in the shot clock and off the mark. Here come the Riptide. And a wide open. Wow.
I definitely missed that.
If you're gonna foul him, I was just thinking Redpath's gonna foul there. He's not gonna foul hard enough. He's gonna make that basket, and he does. And the old-fashioned 3, Torrance Dyke Jr. And from half court, Redpath off the mark. And Redpath, I was talking about that foul down in that on that break. You know, you got sometimes as a coach you have a no layup rule. That means I mean you're not going to physically try to hurt somebody, but you're going to foul them hard enough they don't make that basket. You gotta make them earn 2 from the line there. Not be down 1, then all of a sudden down 4 on one play, right? But back to that play, it was a great pass from States at center court, caught it in the air before he came down, was able to throw that long pass and resulted in a 3-point play.
Hello, everybody. I'm sitting in section B, and I've got a friend next to me, and I was wondering if maybe you're interested in winning a CAA membership.
Yes, I am.
And what is your name?
Michael.
Hello, Michael. Well, I have a couple questions for you before I can actually give this to you. So here goes the question. What does CAA provide? A, rewards and discounts. B, auto and travel insurance. C, travel agency. D, roadside assistance. Or E, all above?
All the above.
Oh my gosh, he got it! Congratulations, Michael! You just got a year membership to CAA.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hey folks, back to action. In for the Riptide, Miller, Redpath, Otieno, Isom, and Stover back into the game to plug up that middle. States, Bell, Scott, Franklin Session, and number 11, Torrance Dyke Jr. Wow, nice play inside, little shoulder bump, get the shot blocker off balance, and then finish strong with that power layup. Oh, great pass from Stover. Up fake from Redpath, finds a cutting Stover, who gets it up off the rim, no go, and foul on Anthony Stover. Or just out of bounds, Stover. And good defense, Redpath. Ball's on the floor. He's on the floor just as quick. And Riptide ball, Gabe Freeman into the game for Isom. And Aaron Redpath getting a lot of minutes at this point guard position with.
I was just going to say that, Stacey. I was going to say it was his breakout, I think, last game. He's really picking up the minutes here tonight and doing a good job, too.
And Bell again with a nice, nifty little move down low, and not easy to score on the league's leading shot blocker down in that low block. He's done it twice in a row. So nice job. Hats off to him. And wide open Miller for three. Freeman couldn't get a finger on that, tipped that in. And Horace Wormley getting set to check into the game here, Hazen. And good job, Redpath and Miller combined to gobble up that rebound. And Stover running the floor, just couldn't get his fingers on it, a little too high. And Wormley into the game for Redpath. Did a nice job at that point guard position. Hazen, and sometimes this coach just testing the waters. How does he handle that point guard position without another strong ball handler in the game? And overall did a pretty good job.
I think so. Yep.
And Bell again.
Does it again.
Scores on Stover. Oh, isolation down there. You don't normally look to help Stover down in that low block. He can usually handle business all by himself. And Miller off the mark. When you're not hitting threes, that gets this Storm team a chance to get out and run, and that they are doing. 28-18. Gabe Freeman picks up the foul. His third foul, Hazen. Which I guess isn't too bad because I had him with 3 fouls a long time ago. So.
And Jeremiah Morty checks in for Riptide, and Murray Isom as Chris Johnson checks in for the Island Storm.
Come on, you can encourage a minute of that, St. John. Joseph!
And Torrance Dyke Jr. again at the free throw line and making this Riptide team pay. Oh yeah, he actually traveled twice there.
It's not a good sign here, Stacey, for the St. John Riptide team. We're almost 3 minutes in the second quarter here, and
haven't scored.
Haven't scored.
Well, it's 4 or 5 really good shots, Hazen, just not knocking those shots down, and from the right players in the right spots.
But the Island Storm's hitting.
They're hitting everything. And Wormley finds a cutting Isom, but rejected down low. Isom recovers and scores a much-needed 2 points.
We needed that one.
And this crowd appreciates that. First buckets this quarter, and
2.5 minutes in.
They're going to appreciate the extra effort.
3.5 minutes in, I guess.
And then Dono getting set to check into the game. And offensive foul. Offensive foul. Stover with a volleyball spike on the shot anyway, just to make him maybe think twice next time he comes into the game. And Stover out of the game just to get a rest, I'm sure, and then Dondo into the game for him. As a good time to get a rest. Bell out of the game on the other end of the floor, and give your big guy a rest. Maybe a little chess match going on. Sometimes Hazen, get him back in when Bell comes back in. And Miller for 3.
There it is.
Everything's all hunky-dory when you're knocking down shots.
Oh, yeah.
Crowd's happy, coaches are happy, players are happy, and talk about happy making shots.
Andre Stringer just hits it there. About 6 feet out there from the 3-point mark.
Well, it's pretty happy Island Storm team right now because they're hitting everything. As Bell getting set to check into the game here. Oh, Miller looks probably one he should have taken. As Morty, yes, hit the backboard first. So goaltending, count the basket. 35-25, Island Storm out front. As Bell comes into the game for Dyke Jr.
Malcolm Miller picks up a big rebound.
And then Dondo says, let's slow this thing up. Let's find your shooters, right? You don't have anything as a big guy. Find your shooters. And then Dondo off the mark. Good looking shot for him, though. About 12 feet from the basket.
Thought for sure that was going in, by the look of it.
Yeah, foul down low, called from the trail official, and then Dondo raises his hand, and that's who it does go on.
YSJ for St. John Airport is your gateway to the world.
That sends Maxwell to the line. 61% free throw shooter. Makes that first one. And off with the second one. And Morty loses the ball. Wow, as Nendondo gets a hand on that defensively and tips it in. I think closest guy to him was Bell. Probably will go to Bell. And Wormley to the rim, off the mark. Bell couldn't get to go. Here comes Wormley. Wide open Isom behind the back pass. Pretty little assist if that went. Oh, here comes Morty.
Jeremiah Morty, right out of nowhere. It's that rebound and gets it back up. Gets the foul.
And I don't know where you're right. I didn't see Riptide jersey anywhere in sight, and all of a sudden here comes Morty.
Well, I seen Ndondo there, Joe Ndondo, and I was waiting for him to jump, and I said, oh, he's tied up there. And then all of a sudden, Jeremiah Morty I don't know where he came from.
As Morty knocks down that first one. He hasn't missed a free throw this season, Hazen, so I mean, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Should have said that one after this.
And still 100%.
Still shows you that he can do it. As Chris Johnson's just off the mark.
They're contested jump shot and box out. That's how you win basketball games. And Morty for three. Surprised that doesn't go. A guy just makes a couple free throws. You get that stroke going just off the mark from the three-point line. And Bell from about 17 feet off the mark. And good screen up top from Nendondo. And in strong for that rebound, couldn't get a hand on it. And long arms of Parikh Isom. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Hayes as Stringer pulls up for three. No go. And here Miller gobbles that one down with one hand. And outstretched Isom.
Nice play.
Wow.
Long shot.
It was a great pass. Is know who you're throwing the basketball to, right? And Isom running the floor. this is a pass I know that Eisen can catch, throw it up there. He has a height advantage on the defender that's back and Stringer, and gets himself to the free throw line. Hey, 4:46 to go here in the second quarter. 38-27. This Riptide weathering the storm just a little bit here, Hazen. It looks like 7 or 8 shots made in a row by this Island Storm team, and just starting to pull away. 3.5 minutes into the second quarter before the Island Storm, before this Riptide team scored. But 7 points since then, and find themselves only down 11. That little guy got the crowd on their feet on that one.
Yeah, he really got moves.
And he's right down here in the broadcast booth with us.
He's got more moves than Gabe Freeman.
He does, and Anthony Stover, I think, put together.
We were trying to get him to do the robot earlier, Stacey.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it. He's still a little shy. As soon as that camera was on him, though, he was all over that.
Oh, yeah. Murray Geis amidst the first. Cuts it down to a 10-point deficit.
And Isom. Now, I waited until he was down both free throws.
Thank you.
Still 100% from the free throw line this season.
Wow.
16 for 16 from the line. A little bit of a streak. We can call that a streak, right? He makes 16 free throws
Nice
in a row.
rebound and to keep possession of that ball from Joel and Dondo.
And Miller just off the mark. There's not a soul in this Harbor Station that doesn't like it when Miller pulls up for a three-point shot, but that time off the mark.
I've heard half a dozen times tonight that they want to see Miller time.
Yeah. So I tell you who wasn't off the mark. It was Tyler Scott.
And there it is.
Again, we just talked about him, Hazen, and he knocks one down from the three-point line. A substitution into the game. No, sorry, we had a time. I was wondering why the sub was allowed, but timeout. Island Storm not liking what he's seeing here last couple of possessions, and find himself still up 9 points. 3:46 to go here in the second quarter. Folks, if you're just joining us, I'm Stacey Atkinson, Hazen Merchant in the broadcast with me here tonight. Glad we could bring you this game through live stream through YouTube TV, and glad you could join us and see your family, loved ones, friends that are playing in this game and watching from all over North America and other parts of the world. And like we always do, a big hello to the Freeman family, Stover family, and Stover's in Pasadena, California.
Yep.
We know Horace Wormley's family's watching the game. A big hello to you guys.
Also, I want to send out a big birthday shout out today, Stacey. It's Jayla Freeman's birthday. She's 9 years old today. That's Gabe Freeman's daughter.
Oh, wow. Big happy birthday.
Yeah.
But he's in these players, a lot of these players, most of these players, I should say, when this season is over, they'll travel to China, they'll travel to South America, all over Europe, Asia, just to play basketball in other leagues. they'll play here for 4 months. They'll play somewhere else for 3 months, and somewhere else for a few months, and back to here. And they make a living playing professional basketball, playing this game that they love. They're not making NBA numbers, basketball, a living kind of thing. But what better lifestyle do you want?
No, that's right.
You're not taking a jet airplane in between games. Maybe you're taking the team van, or you're taking a bus from game to game.
Yep.
But you're still getting to play basketball and getting paid to play the game that you love.
Yep. Well, Aaron Redpath hits his his average for the every game. He's got 5 points here. And still out there looking to.
And Ndondo, good job.
Oh, nice job.
Get your body in front of the basketball, and you will be a good defender. Find a wide open shooter, and Redpath from 3 off the mark. He'll toe that 3-point line. He is a 41% free throw shooter, or a 3-point shooter, but just off the mark. And Isom doing a good job. Great hand pressure down low. As Devon Maxwell just off the mark. Maybe not a shot coach really wanted there with good hand pressure, lots of time on the shot clock. And Horace Wormley checking into the game for Morty.
And if you need some merchandise to get autographed, make sure to hit the merch booth right by the front entrance.
Oh, nice spin move. Redpath off the mark by Ndondo.
Look who's there to clean it up.
Well, sometimes you're the recipient of your man helping out. Your man helps out. He's not there to box you out. You lay it in. But it all starts with Redpath getting to the rim and causing that help defender to come over, right? Oh. Wow, and beautiful shot. Number 2, Tyler Scott. 5 points now for him. And Wormley for 3. Bang. Percentage going up.
100% here tonight.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like I said earlier, before the game started, he wasn't real happy with where his 3-point percentage was compared to how many games in he was last year. And but quickly on the rise as Scott for 3 off the mark. And another offensive rebound. And Stringer trying to draw the foul. Doesn't get it, but just like that, Franklin Sessions all over that play offensively, Hazen. Riptide ball, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Redpath for 3 off the mark. Oh, great catch inside. And Ndondo really questioning that call. He's like, he never questions any call. So when he does, you got to think that he's probably got a beef.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of times a good sign you didn't foul the player is when he made the shot. At Johnson, the old-fashioned 3. And just like that, he's back to an 11-point lead, 50-39. Now count the basket. Will be a blocking call. Miller, he didn't go straight at the chest. He avoided the contact. He avoided the defender a bit. The defender stuck that hip out a bit, and Miller goes to the line. And Otieno into the game for Wormley. And Miller, the old-fashioned three. 8-point lead here, Hazen. You're probably looking at it. Should be looking at a quick shot. Looking for that 2-for-1. The Silent Storm here team looking to get a stop and will have last shot.
The 10 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock.
As Miller attacking the rim. Redpath to the rim. Oh, find a wide open Isom off the mark.
That would have been big.
10 seconds on the game clock. They will hold for one here. And, not a bad look from three, but bad result, I should say. 3-point play from this Riptide team gets it to an 8-point halftime lead for the Island Storm. And shooting the ball well. Hazen, hats off. They're knocking down the shots they should be knocking down, and knocking down some shots with great hand pressure from 16, 17 feet, and a few of those have been from the 3-point line. So hats off to them. 50 points against a good defensive team, number 1 in the league, holding teams to the lowest field goal percentage. So hats off to them, shooting the ball well. Folks, about a 15-minute halftime. Hayes and I will be back here about the 2-minute mark, hopefully, with some first half stats for you.
And we'll see you then. Don't you go anywhere.
10-19. Up for the prize tonight, we have got a Riptide game-worn jersey. Direct your attention to the big screen. Our first question: which Riptide player is known as the Gingerbread Man? Which Riptide player currently leads the team in scoring?
Two. Hey, two. Mix 9.
The head coach of the St. John Riptides is... The name of the Riptide mascot. Looks like our top spots, we've got Shelly Kirkpatrick taken first, Katrina Duplessis and Bob McNeil. Thanks for playing. Don't forget to download the Riptide app to play for the next Riptide game.
Hey, what's up, St. John? My name's Jess Dara. Thank you so much to the St. John Riptide for having me play the halftime show and sing the anthem. I got some peeps over there. Yeah. I got a couple of Christmas tunes for you and a classic you might all know. Shorty, tell good love, baby, got him on the dollars out. Steady bitch, don't let her out. Got much out, I ain't out of now. It makes for take each day, she play away. In our girls' out. East side to the west side, which I rise, push up the rise. You got two sisters, She's got this style. She matters back out. You got anything, something like that. I play it, sometimes I play everything. No, I ain't inside. I get to you now. I play it, no getting outside. Anyway, I play it, any now and now. I play it, no getting outside. I play it, any now and oh, Riptide looks good. Ain't no oh, St. John look good. Thanks a ton. We got some ugly sweaters up in this place. Stand up if you got an ugly sweater and show it, make it show. It's 22nd of December. All this mess will be over soon. All this wonderful, wonderful time. I heard you're supposed to get some snow. Save us the iron skin in the lane, stones glistening. Beautiful sight at night. I am done. On the way is bluebird. You stay, you can bird. Sing the songs we go along. I am done. It's buzzing around. It's like it is the old man. You do die for it now. Baby, it's fire as we treat our fire. Days are free as we may. I am done. Every beautiful snow and it's a circus flag. Ho, ho, ho! Happy Hanukkah, festivals, holidays, day off, whatever. It's all in one room. Sometimes you can't always be home for Christmas. I know that last year I was home for Christmas. Forget it. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please, as long as John. Thank you, Riptide. Merry Christmas.
Come on, give another big round of applause for Jessica!
All right, folks, welcome back. Stacey Atkinson here. A few first half stats for you. Leading all scorers is Chris Johnson for the Silent Storm with 17 points. Averages 15 points a game, has 17 in this first half. So been a thorn in this Riptide side here for first half of play. Playing really well. Like I said to Hazen earlier, he's a combination of quickness with some strength, a lot of strength, and basketball skill combined, and he's proven it here tonight. Kind of surprising he doesn't average more than the 15 points he does. He's having a great game here tonight. 11 points for Devon Maxwell, 6 points for Marcus Bell. leading the way for this Riptide team. 11 points for Malcolm Miller, 10 points for Marique Isom, and 6 points for Horace Wormley. This Island Storm team, Hazen has held this Riptide team to 35% shooting from 2, 35% from 3. 35% from 3 we can live with. That's not bad. But 10% under their average from the 2-point line. So doing a good job defensively. 42 points on the board here first half for this Riptide team, well under their average. 20 points under their average.
Yep.
Not first half, sorry, by total in game. You double that. Foul situation. The only ones in foul trouble. 3 fouls for Gabe Freeman, but you're allowed 6 fouls in this league, so not a ton of foul trouble. But will change the way you play defense in the first 5-6 minutes of this half.
Right.
3 fouls for Kemi Orsi. And other than that, all the stats, the rebounding, the assists, the turnovers, et cetera, fast break points, everything pretty much equal. So we won't get into that. But right now the storyline here, Hazen, like I said, Chris Johnson, 17 points. You got to find something to do with him defensively. I'm sure he was a topic of conversation at that halftime for Coach Taroba and his staff. And maybe get that shooting percentage up. But to get that shooting percentage up, you got to get back to doing the things that you do game in and game out to be successful. And one of those things is dribble penetration, finding open shooters, and the first half. This Riptide team shooting highly contested jump shots at the end of a shot clock. Yep. And so get back to dribble penetration, find your shooters, get back to throwing that ball down in that low block, and letting your big find a wide open shooter. And second foul for Bell, so no foul trouble for him as of yet. And starting this second half, Nindondo, coach, he's a great position defender, has Freeman off the mark for that 17-footer. Back to Nindondo, he's a good position defender, strong guy. And Wormley, good job on Stringer. Body in front of the basketball, can't ask for more than that. Pass off the mark. Defense. And Nindondo again working hard on the offensive end, couldn't come up with that ball. And just over a minute in, Hazen, neither team able to score here. And Bell attacked the rim, but again, good defense in Nindondo. Body in front of the basketball. He was playing a little bully ball with Stover, kind of bumping him out of the way, bumping him off balance. And not able to do that to Nindondo. And again, Nindondo comes up, forces a turnover.
Yep.
How far wide open Tisdale. Sessions and Bell, I'm not sure what the mix-up was there, but Sessions man and wide open Tisdale underneath. 50-44, 6-point basketball game. Good screen up top from Bell. Looking to back down the smaller Wormley is Sessions, and referee will say foul on the floor. Foul before the shot. The pro level, Hazen, is all about finding mismatches.
Yep.
Finding disadvantages and finding the hot hand as Stringer.
Speak of hot hand.
Yeah. Stringer for 3. And crowd a little restless here after that turnover. Freeman doing a good job in that low block. Tough to score on. Oh, nice pass from Stringer into Bell. And calling the offensive foul on Bell, and just like that, a couple quick ones on him, and 3 fouls. And Wormley, wide open 3 off the mark, but Tisdale flying in there. And good screen, Ndondo again. And bang! Miller time.
I just spoke to Malcolm Miller at half, and he said, "Be prepared, Miller time's coming."
Well, you know, we were just talking about. I was just talking about. They need to get back into doing the things they normally do on a nightly basis to get good shots, and one of those things is dribble penetration, forcing the defense to help, kicking out to wide open shooters who are already towing that 3-point line. You're not getting a pass from the side, and you're off balance. You're already facing the rim, and last possession, dribble penetration from Wormley with a good screen from Ndondo up top, and find a wide open Miller. Who shoots at over 40% from 3, but
yeah,
you got to get a stop at the other end.
That's right.
And Freeman gets free. One of the few times tonight he's been able to get free. Defense doing a good job on him, and you're sure he's a topic of conversation before this game.
Oh, nice.
Being the league's leading scorer. And wide open Tisdale. Wow. Woo! I seen the defender closing, and I don't even know he's going to get this off, but his speed just breaks him free.
Oh, and another turnover. Wormley comes up with it, and Tisdale again.
Yeah, a Euro step from Tisdale. Finds a wide open Freeman.
Just like that.
Just like that, Hazen is right. 56-53, 3-point game all of a sudden.
And look at them, Riptide. They are fired up.
Well, finally, this crowd, a little bit of life in this crowd, too.
Wow.
Something to cheer about.
As Coach Tim Kendrick says he wants a timeout. Slow it down. Rightfully so.
Well, sometimes Hazen, it takes a fast break basket, a reverse dunk from Tisdale, or it takes something to get the team going. To get, some nights, what this crowd doesn't know, and the folks at home you're watching, like, you don't know how long have they been on the road traveling. When was their last game? How tired are these players? They're professionals, and they're trying to be as professional as they can, and they're coming in here and they're giving 100% for sure. But sometimes it just is hard to get motivated. They're humans. It's hard to get yourself motivated. In a dunk like that from Tisdale and another turnover, which led to a fast break, that will get you going. All of a sudden, back in the game, 56-53. And Hazen, sometimes you want that player on your team. You want that fist pumping guy. You want that high five guy to get your teammates going, get the other players going and motivated.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
And after a timeout, a mini run there by this Riptide team. Let's see what Coach Kendrick has in store. Well, his ball ended up in his hands. Might have been the play. Shoot it, Coach. And good job from Wormley. He'd like to get that one back. I think he was already thinking running down the floor before he had total control of that. Good defense. That Stringer. Off the mark, but Sessions lying in there for the dunk attempt and off the mark. Oh, sorry, Maxwell. I said Sessions. Maxwell flying in there.
Break Isom's checking in for Joel and Dondo. Wow, good job from Joel and Dondo. He's
Good hand from this crowd.
Played really well, and they're noticing it.
And that's a tough matchup for Bell, having to defend Isom. I'd have Isom sprinting. Oh, Freeman wants to foul, and they're reaching, but referee saying no, out of bounds off your leg. Back to Isom. He's got Bell on him. Isom needs to just run, just sprint that three-point line from corner to corner. He's their guy that's plugging up the key. He's their guy that's anchoring their defense down low. And quite a mismatch for Isom if this team can utilize that. We'll see what happens in the next few minutes.
Force Andre Stringer to travel there.
And Isom from the three-point line, wide open three, just couldn't get it to go. And Miller would like to have that one back. He could have had his hands on that one. And just like we talked about Isom on one end, that's a bit of a mismatch for Bell on the other end. Definitely, about the same height, but a big strength difference in Bell's favor.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yep.
And turnover, Stringer on the break, and here comes Tisdale. Skied above the rim, and Stringer got that off. I don't know how he got it off, but it goes in for him. And Maxwell commits a block on the sideline, and Riptide basketball, 21 on the shot clock. And a hold out on the wing before the shot on Johnson. Coach Kendrick been hollering for about a minute here. He still wants a foul on the other end. We watched Tisdale just get his hand about 12 feet in the air.
Wow. Good Freeman tips that in.
And Bell gathers it. Oh! Referee says count it, but you hang on the rim and the ball shakes out. But the rule, Hazen, I did look it up. It's kind of a funny one. It used to be the ball has to completely make its pass through the net. Now it's just below the level of the rim. So if the ball goes in, you hang on the rim, and it pops out, count the basket.
Okay.
Down to 2 on the shot clock. And Wormley finds rim. Gabe Freeman with the rebound. New shot clock. Find themselves down 62-55. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And Isom out top. Off the mark. As Miller commits a foul down low. Doing a better job on Johnson this second half, Hazen. So we talked about at halftime, 17 points in that first half for him. And takes us up here.
Jeremiah Morty in and Aaron Redpath for Riptide.
And good post up from Maxwell in that little mid-range game for him with his back to the basket. Scores easily. And Redpath just into the game. And Maxwell again scores easily down low. You know, you run some screens, you get some switches, you get the matchups that you want, Hazen, and you can attack that low block as Gabe Freeman does. 12 points now for Gabe. As Stringer gets loose. Little contact up top. Maxwell went to the floor. I'm not sure what happened there, but referees obviously didn't see it. And Freeman was hit on that three-point shot right here in front of us, Hazen, and no call. Then we get an intentional foul up top, Freeman. You know, part of that, a little frustration. You're hit on the three-point shot. You know, when you don't get the call and you're committing the foul to break up that fast break, but in FIBA rules, not like the NBA. NBA, you can wrap your arms around a guy, and the reason they let them do that is because if they don't let you do that, you're committing a hard foul. Players get hurt. And if you're allowed to intentionally foul and just be a personal foul, you're avoiding player injury, you're avoiding, you know, fights breaking out and confrontations, whatever. But FIBA rules and the intentional foul, like the unsportsmanlike, shots at the line and ball at half court. And good defense, Morty and Miller. Little mini fast break. Here's Redpath to the rim. Finds a wide open Miller. So up and under. Miller defended well. Here comes Morty. Got a wide open trail. And Isom gets himself to the free throw line. And I can say it, he rattles that one in. 18 for 18 for the season for Isom, 100% still. We can call it a streak when you've made 18 in a row. And fouls on Redpath. Inadvertent as it may have been, but still some contact. 19 on the shot clock. Island Storm basketball up 9 points, 70-61. And in spurts, Hazen, this Riptide team showing signs of life, but then it goes away for a couple minutes. Yep. We like to see that for 48 minutes. And good defense, Miller down low. And Brad States commits the foul. And Miller will go to the line in the bonus.
And Miller, an 83% free throw shooter.
Just up. You make two in a row, it always up your average.
That's right.
And 70-63. Island Storm lead. We had 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And good rebound down low, but Jeremiah Morty says, get out of here. Miller attacks the rim. Oh, wow. Miller does a good job of, I thought, of avoiding the contact. Avoiding the contact, and we get a flop on the floor, and referee comes out and says no offensive foul. Referee was directly behind the defender, so didn't get the view that Hazen that we had, and obviously about 1,000 people behind us.
Yeah.
I'm sure he sees a replay of that. He knows he missed that one. And good pump fake down low, off the mark, and tip in from
Brad States.
Brad States, yes, gets his hand above the rim. And Kenny Otieno just off the mark. A little hesitant on that shot, maybe why he missed that. And shooting a really good percentage from the 3 and 2. So, you know, don't hesitate, Kenny. You're open, shoot that basketball, big man.
I was hoping to see that shot from the 3 when he pump faked there. I thought for sure it's there.
Yeah.
But no.
And contested jump shot and box out. Yep. How you get back into a basketball game. And there's, he almost made us sound golden, you know. The wide open from the 3-point line, just off the mark.
Morgan Mason is proud to be the official legal counsel of the St. John Riptide. Morgan Mason is a full-service Atlantic Canadian law firm based right here in St. John at 120.
And Redpath off the mark, gets his own rebound. Man, couldn't get it to go, Hazen. Obviously got the green light from coach now. You know, he's had some games where he's knocked that 3-point shot down, and when he misses, he's not off by much.
Nope, definitely not.
Wow, and at the buzzer to end this quarter, 74-63, back to an 11-point lead. You know, we saw, I mentioned we see spurts of life with this Riptide team, and then it goes away for a couple minutes. We see a spurt there for 30 seconds or a minute, then it goes away for a couple minutes again. But, you know, some player, Gabe in foul trouble, different rotations tonight, definitely. We're seeing combinations on the floor that we haven't seen all season. And sometimes hard to get into that flow offensively for sure, and defensively. You know, you're used to certain units; they know where each other are, and when you're playing different lineups like we are tonight, offensively and defensively, it's hard to get into that flow for sure. But hats off to this Island Storm team, Hazen. They're playing well.
Oh, they are. They're, you know, there's not a lot they're missing. They're hitting well.
Kind of puts you in the Christmas spirit, doesn't it, Hazen?
No, it does.
Girls obviously working on this number for last game before Christmas, and a good job.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put your hands in your pockets and dig out your 50-50 tickets. Our number here tonight is 0752107. That number again is 0752107 for a prize total of $466.
All right, folks, we're back for the fourth quarter here. Starting in for the Riptide, we got Morty, Tisdale, and Ndondo, Wormley, and Isom. In for the Storm, we have Brad States, we have Franklin Session, Tyler Scott, Marcus Bell,
And you got Stringer.
and we got down to Stringer. We got Isom going to the free throw line. And Stacy just
I didn't say anything.
just broke
You
the
know,
100%.
He was 18 for 18 before that miss. So now
19 for 20.
19 for 20. Still pretty good percentage.
Oh, it
Not
is.
bad. Not bad.
And Chris Johnson checks in for Tyler Scott.
And Johnson looking to get back on the scoring track, but really hasn't had to, Hazen, in the second half. And Brad State's in the key for about 15 seconds. And that's not the call. Foul on the shot. Count the basket. We've seen more and ones in this game, Hazen, we've seen all season, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so.
That's Sessions, the old-fashioned three. I'm going to say the fifth three-point play tonight for this Storm team.
Yep.
Old-fashioned three, that is.
As Chris Johnson picks up his third foul.
And Morty just steps into a wide open three, but off the mark. And Dyke Jr., a little off balance, couldn't get that one to go. And here comes Horace Wormley. And steal at center court. Wow, I am not. I'd like to see a replay on that one, Hazen. Again, a three-point play.
Wasn't even close, was he? Or
Wow, I don't know. I was
not from this angle.
I thought he got an elbow to the chin by the shooter, and he's not complaining. So I'm not. Obviously, the referee closer than we are, and saw something we didn't, Hazen. But well, like I said, Wormley not complaining. So and bang, answers. Answers.
He says, "You guys missed the hit to the chin. I'll just get those three back."
Oh, travel down low, not called. And here comes Johnson. Well, a lot of St. Johnson in his second half. He had a killer first half, 17 points.
There's JD Tisdale checks in for Jeremiah Morty.
Yeah, nice move, Horace Wormley. Wow.
Wow.
You know, maybe you turn the ball over and they score. That's something that gets Wormley going. That eats him. That eats him that he turned it over and they scored out of that possession. So he's going to come back. He's answered with a 3 and a 2. And we got a wide open Tisdale. I say wide open because when you're the only defender back, you don't have a chance.
That's right.
That athleticism and that quickness is tough to stop. And Gabe Freeman getting set to check into this game. Wow, it looks like Ndondo had him wrapped up. A little bit of a volleyball spike trying to block that shot. Draws the attention of the official every time.
Would have been big if, they wouldn't have got any contact.
And Freeman into the game for Ndondo. You know, talking about Ndondo, he's getting another minute or two every single game he plays, and he's proven himself.
I like it. I do. He's really proven himself here. I mean, the crowd, every time he comes off, the crowd shows him, good job.
Well, you're not. you're not going to get mad at somebody or be displeased with somebody that gives 110%.
Right.
You know, you can make mistakes, but if you're working 110%, we're going to applaud. Sessions 4-3 as Tisdale was off, but off the mark. And Tisdale wide open, Isom. We say stepped out of bounds. And Coach Taroba not happy. Not happy with, I think it was the lack of a foul not being called. He said, well, he's not going to dribble. He's not going to dribble out of bounds without being pushed out of bounds, and that's his argument. Forced. Thought Tisdale got by his man with his quickness and was forced out of bounds, but no call. The only call actually was out of bounds call. So technical foul, Coach Taroba. Island Storm make him pay their ball at half court. And they sail out of bounds. Riptide basketball.
As Gabe Freeman keeps telling the crowd, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. So Freeman's on his side.
Oh, of course. Isom for three. That would have been a big shot, Hazen.
That's the one we needed.
And Johnson to the rim finds an open Dyke who lays that basketball in easily with his left hand. And up 14 is this Island Storm team. Plenty of time on the clock. Hazen just under 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Lots of ball game left.
And wide open Miller in the corner. Off the mark. Wow. Big three from Johnson. We just said, it's big, a furious scoring pace for him first half, and we haven't seen much of him in the second half. And just like that, knocks down a three. Got him for 17. Stats had him for 17 in that first half.
Yeah.
So something must have been corrected there. Maybe a three was taken away, given to somebody else. I'm not sure, but they did have him for 17. Now 17 up on the board. So, and Freeman on the break. Euro step, easily scores. This Riptide team gets on the run, Hazen. They're tough to stop.
You're right.
But you can't get on the run when you're taking the ball out from the baseline at the other end of the court because you're not getting stops. And quick double team from Freeman. He sees Isom was isolated with Bell. Bell a lot stronger physically, and Freeman gets a steal. Man,
that would have been big.
Almost knocks that three down. Again, the last threes that this Riptide team have taken have been wide open. Just can't get anything to go. And easily down. Great pass from Tisdale. Like I said, you need stops. You get stops. You contest jump shots, box out. You're not throwing the ball in from out of bounds from 96 feet away. You'll have a chance to win the basketball game, but you need to play some defense. And Johnson tacks the rim. Couldn't get it to go. And here is Isom. And jump ball will be
Storm possession.
Storm possession, yeah. And nice move from Maxwell. Just couldn't get it to go. But Bell, just so strong down low.
Oh, nice rebound from Marie Kyson. Finding Wormley.
Horace Wormley is on the break.
Katie Tisdale.
Everybody.
Tisdale there just to help make sure.
And Coach Terova motioning to this crowd. Come on, let's go. Let's get fired up here. Love to see that from your coach, Hazen.
You're right. Back to single digits here. We can get a stop. A turnover.
Wow, just you force a contested jump shot, but you gotta finish your defense with a defensive rebound.
Yeah.
Wow, good cut, Miller. Good find, Gabe Freeman. Miller gets his own rebound, couldn't get a handle on it, and here comes the Island Storm. Up 11. And Johnson, nifty move to the rim. Gets the 2 to go. And Coach Terova says, let's talk things over. 5:16 to go here, Hazen, in the fourth quarter. 92-79, 13-point lead for this Island Storm. Lots of time left here in this ball game. Not over yet, but they're not going to come back and win this game unless they start doing the things they've been doing to be successful.
That's right.
And we talked, some of those things. Hazen is definitely on the defensive end. Way too much dribble penetration and easy scoring inside.
Yeah.
Not very often you're seeing wide open jump shots from the 3-point line by this Island Storm team. You look inside. There's no shot blocker in there. You attack the rim.
That's right.
And we've seen a steady diet. 7 minutes straight, actually probably the last 15 minutes of game time, dribble penetration, score. You're drawing fouls, you're scoring, you're sending players to the free throw line, but we're not plugging up that paint. We're not stopping dribble penetration, and it's led to a 13-point Island Storm lead here with 5:16 to go. So unless some things change deep on the defensive end, you're not going to come back in this ball game. Saying that, you got to knock down shots.
That's right.
This Riptide team getting a lot of open looks from the 3-point line, which they're very successful. Shooting around 40% as a team from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
But tonight, just way under that mark. And Wormley for 3. Just like I said, good 3-point shots, Hazen, just not finding the mark. And good defense that time. You get stops, but you gotta put something in the other end. You gotta put something in the basket on the other end. And Freeman wide open. About 5 times he's found that lane. He's looked up and there hasn't been a help defender in the paint and he's attacked the rim. 18 points now for Gabe Freeman. Oh, Bell, just too strong. Just too strong. And Hazen, I'll say it again, in the paint.
Yep.
They're getting killed scoring in the paint. And there it is. Three. Coach Kendrick is way before he could see Wormley was going to take that shot, and he's saying, Bell, at least get a hand up. You're 9 inches taller. Get a hand up. And hands down, what? Man down, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, double dribble. No call. Well, he carried that ball up on her, rolled it off the shoulder, down his arm, and kept dribbling. We've got a wet spot on the floor on the other end. Riptide are going the opposite way. And referee calls a halt in the play to stop the fast break when it could have been wiped up, you know, when the play went down the floor. And Wormley wanting the full use of that 24-second shot clock this time. Oh, getting hit on that three-point shot. That will send Miller to the line for three.
Smart play from Malcolm Miller. Get himself to that three-point line.
And fouls on Devon Maxwell. Cardinals in a basketball, foul a jump shooter.
Yep.
Especially a three-point jump shooter.
That's right.
And much to the delight of the crowd, Miller knocks down the second one. And the third. And down to an 8-point game. Plenty of time. 3 minutes to go. You need some stops.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
You can't trade twos for sure. Johnson, that would have been almost a dagger if that one had gone. And football as Miller was trapped down on the baseline. We'll stay Riptide ball. 20, so still 24 on the shot clock.
That's the one we've been looking for.
Big three from Redpath, but you gotta like that he takes the shot.
I love it. He's missed 3 here tonight, and he's still not scared to take the shot. And you're sure enough, you're gonna hit it.
Well, it's green light from coach.
Right.
You're a good shooter if you're a confident shooter.
That's right.
If coach is telling you to shoot, even though he has a few misses tonight from the three-point line, as Stringer knocks down a big 2-point shot. And Redpath again. Oh, he wanted to shoot that, couldn't get a handle on the ball. And there's Isom wide open, finds it. Redpath, who just made a three, and off the mark. And that would have been big, Hazen. Down. Would have put the Riptide down 4. Instead, down 7. Highland Storm with the basketball. Coach Taroba does have a timeout in and will take it. Only a 2-point shot. I say only. Killer shot. Good defense gave Freeman right in his face.
Yeah.
And Ron Maxwell makes him pay.
all
All right, folks, back to action here. Minute 41. Not a ton of time left in this game, Hazen, but enough time. Riptide find themselves down 9. Crucial possession right here. Let's see what Coach Taroba has in store after this timeout. He's got a wide open executed perfectly. 3-point shot, down 6. Plenty of time on the clock. You don't need to foul yet. Plenty of time. 24-second shot clock, obviously.
Malcolm Miller above his average.
Wow. Johnson. Well defended. About 4 feet outside that 3-point line and knocks it down. Much to the delight of Coach Kendrick, who was about 10 feet from him, and negates that 3 from Miller. Back to a 9-point game, but just as quick as that, Horace Wormley at the line for 2. And makes the first one. And makes the second one. You're going to see, hopefully see some ball pressure here by this Riptide team. And good double team, good aggressive double team from Freeman. We got a double dribble stringer.
Nice defense.
Nice defense, but what I'm going to say is, why aren't we doing that all game?
That's right.
I talked about this last game. You don't have anybody pressuring the basketball to the point where you're at least touching the ball handler. You got an elbow in his rib, you got a hand on his hip, something every time down the floor. We can't just let ball handlers go where they want to go, to run an offense, to attack the lane, and you need to get out and pressure the basketball. Just like that last possession, that should be every defensive possession.
That's right, not just the last minute of the game.
Here you're seeing Wormley up. You turn your goal as a defender on the basketball, on the ball handler, is you want to turn the ball handler 3 times before he gets to center court.
Right.
That's always been my rule of thumb. Turn him 3 times. If you turn him a 4th time, you probably turn him over.
Yeah.
You're taking, if anything, you're taking precious time off the shot clock and not allowing them to run, to get into a flow. It's got to be first available shot, not the first available layup.
And timeout, Coach Kendrick.
And with 15 on the shot clock, this is probably the last time that you can play defense for the duration of the shot clock. 15 seconds. That'll take it down to 31. Hopefully get a stop and be down 7. Then you're going to be playing the foul game. You get a score, foul, and do it all over again.
Right.
Yeah, I've talked to Darren Mency before a couple of the games, Hazen, the last couple of games, and of course, like we just talked about the ball pressure and the that defender getting up on that ball handler, and how nice will it be to have the defense, not the microwave scoring that we get from him. That's going to be something nice too, but the defense that he plays and the pressure that he puts on the basketball and the havoc that he wreaks around the top of that 3-point area. And it's gonna be nice to have that back too.
You're right.
Right. I would say there's different points on the court. There's full court. There's a mid-range court, which is anywhere between center court and that 3-point line, and there's low post defense. But that mid-court between the 3-point line and the half-court line is a crucial place to be aggressive, to play tough nose defense, and we haven't been seeing that from this Riptide team in that area. We're seeing it down low. We're not seeing it full court. We're not seeing it at that mid-range level. And as I say that, they getting themselves into the bonus. So that will put the shot clock back to 14. They did have it down to 10. I really thought they could have played that shot clock out play defense for another 8 or 9 seconds, and then a little skirmish at center court here. Referees break it up, say, "Come on, guys! It's 41 seconds. 41 seconds to go here. Let's get this game over with." So we got a double technical foul, which should have been done about 10 seconds ago, Hazen. Double technical foul. They will offset each other. It would just be Island Storm basketball sideline. And Jeremiah Morty into the game for Freeman. Freeman will take a seat, get a drink. Coaches, I want you to cool off for a second. As Wormley commits the foul on Stringer. That should put Stringer to the line for a couple in the bonus. And 6 fouls on Horace Wormley. Wormley finishes 18 points on the night. Hazen with limited playing time because being in foul trouble all game. Something we didn't talk about during this game. Last game, Horace Wormley has a triple-double.
Yeah.
We don't find out because of technical issues. We don't have the stats here beside us for that game. We don't know he has a triple-double till the next day.
That's right.
We're looking at Facebook, and Horace Wormley a triple-double with 12 assists, 11 rebounds, and I think 13 points. And,
wow.
One of the hardest things to do at any level, but especially in this league, you're only seeing
That's
one,
right.
2 or 3 a year total from all the teams triple-doubles. It just shows you how valuable a player he is.
Yeah.
And he does it quietly. A quiet 18 points tonight.
Timeout Riptide.
40.6 on the clock. I've seen it done before, Hazen. So folks, don't go anywhere. Don't shut your sets off yet. Riptide basketball knocked in. We'll set it up for you. They come down the floor. They knock down to 3. They're down 6. They're down 6. They play the foul game. With only 40.6, you're not going to let. Coach didn't let 10 seconds run off there, but without fouling, just getting that defensive stop. So he's definitely not going to let 24 run off there. You come down, you knock down a 3, or the quickest available shot, and maybe a 2. You find yourself down 6, 7 at the most, and you play the foul game. You foul, you hope they miss one or both. You go down and score. Do the same thing. All right, here Red Path to throw this ball in. Morty with the basketball. Good screen up top from Isom, and just like that, a quick 2. Only 4 seconds off that clock, and Tisdale almost comes up with a steal. That would have been big right there. So 103-96, 7-point game, 35.2 on the clock. Somebody's going long. As Redpath commits the foul. Nothing vicious there. Just commits the foul. Stringer takes out about 14 advertisement displays on the sideline, and but he's okay. He's a pretty tough kid, Hazen. I will tell you that. And I say kid, young man. I say kid because I'm 48 years old. I'm an old man now, so anybody younger than 30 is a kid to me.
You don't look that old, Stacy.
I feel it. I tell you that.
38, but
yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I feel 60. They do the job. They get down and get a quick two. They play the foul game, and Stringer misses both. And Miller
would be huge.
That would have been huge, I would say. And Redpath wide open three, and knocks it down. And again, you're playing the foul game. He just missed a couple free throws, so get him on the line. And just like that, 18.2, 103.99, you get yourself a 4-point game. And now you're hoping for missed free throws at the other end of the court. Hey, just missed 2 in a row. I'm not missing this one. I am not missing this one. Down 5. It is a 2-possession game. Whether he makes this or misses it, still a 2-possession game. All right, you can't go backwards. You need to be quick. You need to go forward. And Redpath quickly gets that too, and quickly need to foul, and they do. And that's one of those possessions where the referee's anticipating your fouling. You got him trapped in the corner. You can maybe come up with a steal there. I think that's what they were trying to do. But referee right there calls for the foul. 7.2 on the clock, Hazen. 105-101.
I think Morty was looking to get his hand dropped around that ball and get a jump ball.
I think so.
Because Riptide possession.
And almost got it. It's what he was trying to do for sure. Coach must be out of timeouts because on a make, a timeout, you advance the ball to the hash mark out the other end of the court. Very valuable, especially with 7.2 on the clock and no timeouts in. So 2-possession game, you need 2 threes. And Tisdale off the mark. And folks, there you have it. A hungry Island Storm team comes in here. Hats off to them. Play well. Play well defensively. You gotta, hats off to them.
They played well for sure.
This Riptide team just not knocking down shots. At a pace they normally knock down shots, Hazen, and just like that, 107-101. Island Storm come in, improve their conference record to 6-3, and 6-4 overall. So, folks, thanks for joining us, Hazen. Thanks for joining me here on the broadcast.
Thanks for having me, Stacey.
Always pleasure to have you. And folks, glad you could join us and tune in next game. We'll see you then.